Good morning, brothers and sisters on YouTube, with a real brief devotional on this Sunday morning. I hope, providentially speaking, you can all get to church. If you couldn't, I hope something I might say today will be a blessing. Today, I would like to speak about the topic of bitterness, resentment, and anger. I was sharing earlier this morning on Facebook Live, my live stream video, how earlier this morning I was reading from a Christian news outlet, Senator John McCain from Arizona, and this is not a political statement, it's a moral statement, is, I guess, ready to die. I believe he has brain cancer. It was said in this Christian news outlet that he doesn't want the President of the United States at his funeral. I guess in the political world, things are said, whatever, and there could be resentment and anger. But I found it sad how often in life, and I've been guilty of this myself, growing up in the Bronx, my dad was a tough guy, and he kind of like was really rough with me at times growing up, and I had a lot of resentment and anger and bitterness towards him. But do you know who it harmed the most? It didn't harm him the most, it hurted me the most. You see, when we keep anger and bitterness inside of our hearts, it eats us up like a cancer. You see, scientific proof is showing that bitterness, anger, resentment we keep in our heart can lead to physical illnesses such as diabetes, high cholesterol, hypertension, blood pressure problems, depression, anxiety, on and on it can go. What is the answer? What is the antidote? I firmly believe it's forgiveness. Brothers and sisters, there was only one innocent victim that ever walked this earth, and that was the Lord Jesus Christ. Psalm 51:5, Psalm 53:5 basically says that we were conceived in sin. Brothers and sisters, when we come into this world, we're sinners. We're not innocent. So the one that we should look to was the one that was perfectly innocent, and yet when he was hung on a cross, treated so badly, what did he say in Luke chapter 23, verse 34? Was he angry and bitter? No. He said, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. Brothers and sisters, if you want true freedom from the bondage and slavery of resentment and anger you might have towards someone in the past, let them go, brothers and sisters. Let it go. Let them go. They have to answer to God, not to us. Because remember, you're hurting only yourself. A true wise person, it says in Proverbs chapter 19, verse 11, overcomes in this life by overlooking faults. And James chapter 1, verses 19 to 20 basically says that the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Brothers and sisters, we have to learn to let go and let God. As I shared from my own life, I'm thankful that as my father and my brother, they passed away years ago, but before they passed away, I was able to have nice long talks with them both at separate times when they were dying. And we learned to let go of a lot of stuff in the past, and my conscience really got a little clearer. But how often we go to cemeteries? How often do people go to cemeteries when someone dies and they wish that things were better when that person was alive? I guess we're all guilty of that. We're human. But we can make things a lot better for ourselves, our relationship with God, and with those that are around us by learning to forgive, overlooking a fault. I believe, as I get ready to go to church like many others will today, I believe that one of the reasons why the church in America is so weak is because there's a lot of bitterness and resentment towards each other in the church. Oh yeah, we put on our suit and ties, our nice little dresses. We have our charming, bubbly personalities. We look like everything is okay. But brothers and sisters, Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3, and Hebrews chapter 4, verse 13 basically says that God sees everything. You can't put the wool over God's eyes. Oh yeah, we could, put on the smiley face and personality and looks like everything's okay. But you can't put the wool over God's eyes. God sees it all. The answer is confession. Ask God to forgive you these things that you might be bitter and angry at towards someone. Go to that person. Be honest. Humble yourself. And tell them, brother so-and-so, sister so-and-so, I have this problem with you. Please forgive me. Open up about it. Loved ones that you have, family members, friends, children, whoever it might be, co-workers. Don't keep harboring it, brothers and sisters. It'll only fester more and more, and then one day you will explode. Maybe not physically with your temper, but you'll explode inwardly with so many illnesses as I shared before. God bless you all. Hope this helps us all to learn to let go and let God. Take care.